Birmingham City fan Hal says, I am yet to be impressed with a single one of our new signings. We are going to be nowhere near the top six, in my opinion. Absolutely effing you know what, yet again. Well, the fallout to that Leicester defeat is still ongoing, but are Blues fans overreacting to that one loss? We've got Jason and Adam to run the rule over some of the tweets coming out of that game. We're also talking about where do you stand on the business that the Blues have done. Some people are calling it unspectacular. We'll get the panel's view on that in a second. New faces arriving. Are the board toying with us? Are we expecting lots in the final hours of the transfer window? And what is the biggest derby this season? We're also talking about third shirts as well. But before we get to any of the niceties, let's get into that Leicester defeat, shall we? Jason, you were there, my friend. What's your take on it? Have we as a fan base just lost our heads a little bit with this one? It is just one defeat. Let's put it into context.
100% we've lost our heads. I was also guilty of it. I lost my head after the game. In context, it wasn't the best performance, but if you look at the grand scheme of things, it's still a pretty good Leicester squad. We've dominated the ball. They give us a lot of respect. We've not created a ton. That's something we need to address, but we've got 10 new signings. It's going to take a bit of time to click. And I think Chris Davies will be more than aware that we need to create more. It's not going to be our own way this season compared to League One. Take the loss, move on. We've got some hopefully easier fixtures coming up, but then again, there's no easy fixtures in this league, is there?
Cheers for that, Jason. Adam, people compared it to obviously how you played at Blackburn, and people were saying, well, we didn't really do that well there, and then against Oxford, we struggled to kind of create loads there, and it's all just put in one melting pot. When we've got Matt here saying we had one shot on target in 200 plus minutes, there's a lack of creativity. We've got a manager who doesn't know his best team. We've got two midfielders with no legs and only happy to pass it backwards. Lots and lots wrong, and the majority of Blues fans think we've done unreal business so far. Some of them are deluded. Strong words. What's your take on it?
I think if you go back through my Twitter, I think I said it last year in League One. We had a very good start in 11, but we had nothing off the bench. We had no options off the bench, nothing that impacts a game, and we were a very boring side to watch in League One. I know we got the points record, but we never smashed teams off the park. Everything was either a 1-0 or 2-1. It was very boring. Going into this season, the same again. I just don't feel like we've added any pace or width to the team, and we've stepped up a league, and it's going to be harder now to break teams down. We found it hard last year, and we need wingers and we need pace at the top.
Many actually have echoed that. Just focusing on the front line though, Jason. Obviously, lots have been made already about Kyogo. Alex says 4 games into the season, it's time to drop Kyogo. He's just not doing the right things up top, and Williamson is just shocking. He slows the game down, and creative absolutely F all. I said this last season about Thor. We need some creativity, and for F's sake, will someone try to have a shot? Too harsh?
It's very harsh on Kyogo. Like if you sit there and watch. If you watch him for 90 minutes, the lad, to be fair to him, makes run after run after run. But we don't play a system where we're going to find these nice little cute balls for him. We recycle the ball far too much, and he keeps making the runs. But if we're not going to try and find him, he's never going to get into these positions too. So, granted, I know he had his chances against Oxford, but like, what's he supposed to do if we're not looking for him? We've got to step away from this idea of constantly recycling the ball. Like, I know it's nice to have possession and it's nice making teams run and tire them out, but start looking for little cute balls. You've got to start doing them in this league. We can't just keep recycling the ball. And something that bugs me with our fan base, we always look for someone to blame, and it looks like it is getting Kyogo and Williamson at the moment. Williamson, again, he weren't great, but he's playing right winger, and he moves at like bloody a JCB type pace. It's just not his game. It's like you just if I think if we get away from this recycling the ball 24/7 and players are just a little bit more braver with the ball, I think it clicks.
Yeah. Someone's saying, Adam, it's a mistake to sell Alfie May.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. That's fine. I'm all right with that. He can go.
Okay.
I don't think he would have stepped up. So, I mean, fans are just jumping on anything. The one we should have got rid of is Lyndon Dykes.
Okay, we'll start that again. Tactically, though, is this Chris Davies' system tactically set up to help Kyogo? I mean, some was suggesting this one here, Adam, because I think Davies should change tactics to get the best out of Kyogo. WWE isn't at championship level, and I'm starting to think Alfie wasn't a good decision. All tied up in one. There, is he right, Paolo?
Yeah. It doesn't suit us. That sort of play to find Kyogo. It was the same with Stansfield last season. Hence, Stansfield had to become a workhorse up top and go and hunt for the ball himself, because he made clever runs at the beginning of the season in League One, and we never found him. We don't have the midfielders or the three behind to do that. So, like I said, we need wingers and we need a creative number 10. Williamson isn't the answer, regardless what position you put him in. He struggled last year in League One. He ain't going to do it this year in the Championship. He'd be one out the door. And I think we need a proper number 10 and a winger or two. I think we need two in, to be honest, because after Damari Gray, there's nothing.
Yeah. I mean, the club tweeted this out just, I think, after the game or just before it. They reminded you all of the the trio of deadline signings that we made on deadline day. Do we read between the lines here, Jason? Do you expect that there's going to be some massive wave of incomings at 6 p.m. tomorrow, and that's going to get everyone there excited again? Or
I mean, I'm sat here with everything crossed open that they do bring in a couple of players, but to be fair, the admin's not stupid. He knows what he's doing. He knows he's got targets to hit for interactions and stuff like that. So he'll just get fans engaged and just tease us a little bit, because they know every fan sat there just begging for a couple of players to come in.
What rumours are we hearing then, guys? I mean, obviously, by the time this goes out, the transfer window will be shut. So what are you hoping to happen, Adam, in terms of names? Anything you're hearing?
I think I said last week, I know they're in for a left back. And I was told Saturday at the training ground again that the lad from Celtic's done. That's a done deal.
The winger.
He's a winger. But reading online about him, I've never seen him play. I can't judge him. Don't know anything about him. But reading online, Celtic will be glad to get rid of him. So yeah, I don't think he's going to be the big marquee signing that I think everyone's hoping for, and I think everyone's hoping we're going to go and splash loads of cash, and we haven't quite done that. A lot of teams in the league now have spent a lot more than us. We haven't really dropped any money other than on Kyogo. So yeah, I think most fans are going to look at the minute. It's a bit of a disappointing window, but listen, this ain't about going up this year. This is just about getting in the league and building a base to then push on for promotion.
Yeah. This tweet kind of summed, I think, a lot of those things up. P says, we've got some ripe peas for fans recently. A bunch of crybabies, get a grip. It's not the result we wanted, but we aren't Bayern Munich yet. Yeah, I mean, were we getting a little bit carried away with the first three results, Jason? Or the media was getting carried away and, Birmingham for promotion and top 2, top 6? Or where have you resetted your prediction at?
I'm probably looking at us hopefully getting past, but to be honest, as long as we just have a solid season at this point, I'm happy. I think a lot of my prediction was set us on having a really strong window, and I just don't think we're going to end up having that. I think the media was probably right to get carried away. As much as people look down at League One, we set a ridiculous points record. That's some going, and we're so set on how we play, and some teams are going to be not knowing how to play to begin with. So I think the hype's warranted, but I think a lot of people, including the media, probably thought we were going to do a little bit more in the transfer market. But we've got 24 hours to go. Fingers crossed.
Okay. And had you beaten Port Vale, Adam, you would have had Arsenal visiting in a really tasty League Cup tie. What happened there?
I don't want the cup. I don't want any cup this year. Just concentrate on the league. So unless you're going to have a strong chance of winning it, which I don't think we're set up to do at the minute. Like I say, you could say about 2011 when we won the Carling Cup. I imagine fans will probably in the comments about that. But yeah, I just want to concentrate on the league. Let's just have a good season, try and get top 10 and maybe hopefully push for playoffs.
Okay. All right. When we come back then, it's obviously a trip to Stoke City, who are looking forward themselves already to that fixture. Jason, I mean, they are They lost to West Brom at the weekend, but they're a decent outfit, especially at home. Do you take a point here?
I mean, I go into every game thinking we can win it. It depends how we start. That either quickly changes or thinking, yeah, I'm onto a banker here. I think we can beat Stoke, to be fair, but like I've just said, I think we can beat every team. It all depends how we start and how they start for me in this.
Okay. The other fixtures that when we come back, then we've got the derbies are back. We've got Millwall and Charlton, and we've also got the return of Pompey and Southampton, which has got us thinking this week, generally outside of just Birmingham chat, what is the biggest derby in the league this season? Adam, why would you put it at? I mean, West Brom and Blues, is that still a derby? I mean, I know Villa's obviously the main one, but do you care about West Brom? Is that even a derby now?
Not at all. I think the biggest derby in this league this year, well, definitely around the world, is going to be the Blues Wrexham, because that's the Hollywood derby, isn't it? That the media have painted out to be. That'll be bigger than any game in this league, like it was last year when we was in League One. That was the biggest game of the league. So all the other derbies can say they've got a big rivalry. It ain't going to wash.
Okay. Jason?
To be fair, I forgot about the Hollywood derby and how much they build it up. In terms of like a build up, the media will definitely play that as the big one. But from an actual rivalry point of view, you probably are looking at Southampton, Portsmouth, aren't you? I did have a little think of the other ones, but there's nothing really major for me. I don't think you can consider the London ones as pure derby when there's that many teams.
Yeah, there's the Sheffield one as well, isn't there? Of course, as well.
Yeah,
I'm just going on views worldwide, and I don't think any game's going to get close to Blues Wrexham on views.
Right. Brilliant. Let's leave you this week then talking about this. We've done the home one, we've done the away one. Adam, are you going to be parting your hard-earned money to get this one?
Yeah, I'm not for myself, but I'll buy it my two boys. I quite like it, to be honest. I'm all right with the red as a third kit. I don't mind it. So as a third kit, and it's pretty simple and plain. I'm all right with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've seen it in person, but Jason, it photographs claret and some pictures I've seen.
Definitely red.
Definitely red, yeah.
Okay. Definitely red.
Right. Are you a fan, Jason?
Yeah, I quite like it. There's some actual thought seems to have gone into making it. Yeah, I'm a fan. I think it's better than the away one. Don't think it beats the home one for me, but the home one's grew on me, to be fair.
Yeah, it's much nicer than the away one, which we looked at last week. We're building a little Birmingham community here. Thank you for all the subscribers we've got so far, over 100 in massively 3 weeks. It's amazing. If you want to join it, just drop us a quick sub down below and just let us know whether you think the head losses that you've been seeing online are out of the question. Other thing, just quickly, there's lots of in the know accounts that have popped up relating to Birmingham City, which I've sort of seen people commenting on. I don't know whether they're run by teenagers or whether people that are generally in the know. Adam, but they're driving some fans a little bit frustration. People claiming to know what's going on at Birmingham City and putting out the rumours and that this is happening and this is happening. Have you? I mean, you've been supporting the Blues ever since you were in nappies, but do you, as a diehard fan, find it a little bit frustrating that there's all this, what should we call it, noise around your club and everybody wants just to make a fortune on the back of your club?
No, I'm all right with it, to be honest. Like I said, we've had 10 years of everyone talking about us in the wrong way. Now we've got the good times. Let people jump on board. It just creates more publicity for us, more eyes on us, and I'm happy. Listen, we're going up, not up as in promoted, but we're on the path of going up now, which we've spent years on the path of going down. I'm happy. I don't care if kids want to make up rumours. I'm sure it happens in most fan bases somewhere along the line. So I'm all right with it.
Yeah. Jason?
Yeah, same, to be fair. Let them crack on with it. There's always the block and mute button, unless it's coming from real credible sources. I just take it with a pinch of salt now. We don't really have many in the knowns anyway. The club seems to have done a good job of keeping it hush.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah. Right, stand by for 6 p.m. then Monday when this goes out. By that point, hopefully the club will have done an announcement of 4, 5, who knows, even more players, which we can talk about in 2 weeks' time. Enjoy your trip to Stoke-on-Trent. We will see you in 2 weeks' time when we review that game and, of course, look ahead to the September fixtures. Thanks for watching.